Hello everyone, and welcome to this video presentation, How Do I Apply for the WRP? This is the third video in a series about the Workforce Recruitment Program, which we frequently call the WRP for short. This video uses a slide deck that is text-based with a few decorative images. On this first slide, you can see a school building and people engaging in academic pursuits, such as going to class and graduating. The U.S. Department of Labor and Department of Defense seals and the Office of Disability Employment Policy and WRP logos are also featured. This video reviews the Workforce Recruitment Program application. There are 4 additional videos in this series. These videos are: what is the WRP? Can I participate in the WRP? What's the WRP informational interview? And how do I connect with jobs as a WRP participant? To start, the WRP application can be found online at wrp.gov. Each year, there is a WRP application period, which generally begins in mid to late August and ends in mid-October. During this time, on the website, you must first register an account with the WRP and then complete your application. Before your application is made available to employers, you will also have the option to participate in an informational interview. You can learn more about what that involves in our separate video titled, What's the WRP Informational Interview? In mid-December, after the informational interview period, your application is published and shared with federal employers and select private industry employers. But back to the actual application. There are 4 main categories of information we collect in the application: contact information, employment history and interests, your academic record, and demographics. Please note that sharing demographic information is optional. In addition, you will need to upload a resume and transcript as required documents. Keep watching to hear more detail about these application areas. As part of your employment interests, the WRP application will ask you about your work interest areas, which we call job preferences. You can select 1 or 2 choices. Choosing 2 preferences is encouraged. There is a list of these categories in the resources section of the WRP website. When making your selections, it may be helpful to consider what you are studying in college, what sort of work you would like to do, and what sort of experience you have so far. This field tells employers the segment of work you are looking for and helps them sort through applications. The application also asks you about location preferences you may have, as well as the type of work environment you are seeking. When selecting locations, choose all the states and territories where you would be open to working, whether you live there now or not. It may be helpful to consider not just a location, but the larger commuting area. For example, if you would like to work in Washington, D.C., you might consider entering Maryland, the District of Columbia, and Virginia, as those are all places within the region. Consider locations where you have family or friends and areas that you would be open to moving to. You can also indicate your interest in remote opportunities, which are offered by some agencies. In short, make sure to be thorough about your location selections so that you don't miss out on opportunities, while also remaining realistic about where you can reasonably move and work from. You will also have the option to share demographic information. Specific questions address what sort of disabilities you have, your age, your gender identity, and what racial groups you identify with. This information will not be shared with employers. Rather, program staff use it internally and as group statistics to better understand the demographics of the WRP applicant pool. The WRP application also requires you to submit a couple of documents. These are an official or unofficial transcript and a resume. There are two sorts of resumes that we accept, either a standard or federal resume. A standard resume is 1 to 2 pages of relevant experience, while a federal resume covers the past 5 to 10 years of work experience and is more detailed. If you have both types of resumes, you can choose to upload both. We recommend visiting your Career Center for advice on your resume before submitting it to the WRP. Above all, make sure that your resume highlights or focuses on experiences that match your job interests. If you are a new college student or recently transferred and do not yet have an official or unofficial transcript, you should upload a transcript from the last school that you attended and proof of enrollment from your current school. You can get proof of enrollment or a transcript from the registrar's office. If relevant to the type of work you are seeking, we also recommend that you upload other documents, such as a letter of recommendation, cover letter, or writing or work samples for employers to view. To participate in the WRP, you must be eligible to be hired using the Schedule A hiring authority. But proof of your eligibility, called a Schedule A letter, is not required when you first apply. However, you cannot be hired without a Schedule A letter, so you must work to obtain one as soon as possible after applying. You will not upload your letter to your WRP application, but rather provide it to an agency's human resources representative when a job offer is made. For more information about program eligibility and Schedule A, please watch the video called "Can I Participate in the WRP?" If you would like to learn more about the WRP application, please ask your school coordinator, visit your Career Services Center, or check out wrp.gov and visit the resources section. As noted earlier, we also have more videos about the WRP, so keep watching. Thanks again for tuning in.